Hey, what's up you guys? This is MCLegoboy here with 70828 Pop-Up Party Bus. 1,024 pieces of a Lego Movie 2, the second part. Awesomeness. The box is so big, I can't even get it to fit on my set properly. And I bought it strictly for the parts. I might regret that in some instances because there's white, but there's also a ton of other crazy fancy colors in there, like teal and the blues and the translucent purples, and these and vibrant coral. I'll actually have perhaps a decent number of those parts that I could actually make something with that color, because I've also raided the Lego store back in spring when the parts were on the pick-a-brick wall. Pretty cool that it comes with a light up brick, and the reason why I got this set besides the parts, it recently from October 14th to the 27th, it was double VIP points. The set had already been reduced down to $50, and so based off of what the initial price was, I mean, it was already a pretty good deal because of the piece count, but I was just kind of waiting for something extra before getting it, and the VIP points was the thing that was like, hey, all right, I'll do it. So let's flip this around. The thing opens up, and all whole manner of things goes on, because it can go into just landed party mode, or it can go into fly mode. I mean, it looks like you can do both because they do both in the movie. We got Disco Kitty, we've got Melody, we've got Tempo, and we've got where are they? We got Zeeby, I guess, or Zeeby. I think that might be how you say the name. It's Zebe, so I'm guessing it's going to be Zeeby, and it's not Zeb. Nobody wants to be Zeb. Other than Steve Blum, because he voices them. But yeah, we'll start building now. We'll get out this pocket knife. Kids don't play with pocket knives. I do find that this is easier to open the tape on this than trying to get a thing of scissors, because I mean that could potentially close back up on your fingers. That's not good. Whew. Alright, look at all these parts. And what's nice about this is that because the set is over 1,000 pieces, the instructions and stickers come in a nice little bag, so it's not all warped like my spa one was. Although, fair warning, I will not be using any of these stickers, because I don't want to ruin some of these nice parts with throwing stickers on them, since that's why I bought it. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 8, 5, there we go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is what that giant piece looks like that they used for the Ultimate Collector series Slave 1. So that's what it looks like, eh? Interesting. But, that's not a big thing of importance right now. Right now is that we need to build the set. So, see you guys in the future.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
So it's been about 10 days. I know, right? So we'll see how much I remember. But first, look at all these extra pieces. That's a ton of extra pieces. Some of them pretty noteworthy, like this guy. So that's pretty cool. What else is noteworthy? I guess a microphone, although, you know, like microphone and magenta, that's going to be a little more difficult to use. Just mentioning the coral parts, because coral is a nice color. It's a very nice color, actually. So get some cheese slopes. I didn't know that there were going to be these in there, but there are. And there's more other types of plates than just these. There's tiles and stuff. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. Anything else really noteworthy? No, not really. I mean, standard extra pieces. Some of them you get duplicates of, some of them you don't, and some of that was like, okay, did I miss something? Did I not? So they're being a little weird with their rules of whether or not it's only one extra piece in the entire set, or if it's one extra piece per bag. So, but yeah, just all of these parts just need to get scooted out of the way. As for the stickers, I mean, you know, they're stickers. I do like this little alien language that they got going on here. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. When it comes to the instructions, the first thing you are greeted with is a bunch of words in all sorts of different languages, telling you what to do with this light brick. And then it tells you to do all the other things. So I don't think that there were any mistakes because I didn't record that. So there must not have been any mistakes like there was with the spa. So let's just get everything out of here to make it easier on us. So the first character you build is Zeeby. Zeeby is a weird zebra, I'm guessing. But he's got no stripes. Or she's got no stripes. I don't know. This non-binary character has no stripes. So I can't tell if it is in fact a zebra or not. But I would be inclined to think that it is a zebra. Lavender color. You get some of these guys. You get a number of these little guys in here, actually, in the whole set. Not just on him. Maybe there's only 4. I don't remember. And a nice little golden yellow mane. Somewhat annoying is that you get one of these and only one of those in the set that is in coral. I mean, this is also a pretty cool piece in coral. Like, wow. However, I managed to find one of those on the pick-a-brick wall back in spring when I had found a few of the coral pieces. So now I have at least 2 of those, so I am happy. But yeah, really weird-looking character. And yeah, here's some of the other parts you get. I know I just ripped off its butt. So yeah, you know, Zeeby goes over there. Zeeby is the pilot. Up next is Melody, a Friends figure. So I don't know. I don't think this is old hair. I think this is like a new hair piece. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. The only reason that makes me think is because there's a hole at the top. So at the very least, it was introduced in a Friends line or something like that, and it's not the little clown hair from the collectible minifigure series. Although I do want to see what it looks like on a minifigure, so we'll just disgrace my sig fig. There we go. I now have raspberry hair. That's a lot of hair. So there we go. Yeah, nothing too special to mention. So yeah, that is Melody. Up next is Tempo. Again, not much to really talk about. Looks like a guy, you know. I do want to know how they get the printing, like basically on the inside of the legs. Because, I mean, you can follow the printing on his legs, like, all the way in, which is crazy. Also, like, how they get the printing like a full armband around that. Like, I want to see how Friends figures and like the mini dolls in general are made, because this is like some crazy witchcraft that's going on with the printing. And finally, we get Disco Kitty, and Disco Kitty does vary quite differently to the other Unikitties that we've reviewed on my channel, and specifically in the Lego Movie 2, because there was only Ultra Catty and Calm Down Kitty, but now we got Disco Kitty. They use... Oh, that's interesting. I never got an extra piece of her neck. Weird. Because that should have been an extra piece. I'm surprised it wasn't. Yeah, look at these giant boots. And her tail is a different color than it normally is. It's normally white with the blue. Now it is this same color, dark pink, as her ears. And then it's got kind of like a rainbow printed on it. Almost. I'm having the worst luck with cameras. They keep unfocusing. So, you know. And printed on both sides, of course. And she's got little eyebrows. So, pretty cool. The only thing missing is her bola that's made out of a pipe cleaner. And that comes in one of the other sets as like a molded part. So, I don't have any pipe cleaners around, so I can't make one. So, only slightly disappointing, but, you know. So we'll get the characters out of the way for now. Let's talk about this bus. This bus, I mentioned that I have had this built for 10 days now. And I think it's a fantastic set, because I keep coming to it and like making all the functions happen. So clearly it does its job. It looks almost the same as you see direct from the movie. There's no scaling down. Like, they really are using the Slave One windscreen. They really are like using this. The only thing that's different is that where we have a sticker that goes here, specifically that one, it is like another 1x4 and like some sort of thing spinning around on there. So maybe it's a little shrunk there. I don't know. But it's almost direct out of the movie. These also spin though. So it's like at least like picture accurate in terms of like you put this next to an image from the movie, it would look pretty much the exact same. But now on to all the different functions. So first thing you build is that front seat. I mean, you saw how I did that just now. There are some little notches right there where the cheese slopes don't go in all the way. And I've found that that's a pretty good place to go to get that off. There's also a place down here at the bottom. So they make it easy to remove this giant piece. So up front, only have some tiles. There are a few studs in there, so if you really wanted to, you could put in a minifigure. For example, I don't know, let's grab collectible minifigure series Johnny Thunder. Put him right there. Even with his backpack on, he's able to sit down fully, and he could drive this if he wanted. By the way, this is the coolest version of Johnny Thunder there's ever been. Quite possibly. But this is where ZB goes. And ZB just slides in there, no wiggling around. Not going to be falling forward either. In fact, when you put this on here, ZB's nose almost hits the little canopy. Or not canopy, but you know what I'm talking about. I guess the only real downside about this is that like my handprint is going to be forever on this this nice, big, beautiful piece, there's no way to really make it look pretty. So, you know, yeah. But I do like it in this purple. As we move to the back, you have all these little engines going. We've got some nice metallic silver, like the painted silver on it, and you get a bunch of these parts in that color. Yeah, there we go. That's better. We get a few little wings like this, so it's able to be splayed out. So that's pretty cool. And now we get to the main function of the whole set. So you have to lift this up, which is just a disco thing that can spin around. That goes out, that comes down, and those open up. It is the most insane thing ever. It's pretty cool. So, what can you do in here? Well, they advertise tempo goes up here with the records and being a DJ, stuff like that. I didn't think that these records would be printed, but they are. So that's kind of cool. Got big speakers going. This piece over here, I'll get to later. But you got a lot of platforms for characters to be dancing and hanging out with one another. Put Unikitty there. Melody tends to be up here. Or at least this is a good place to put her when it comes to flying time and having to close everything up. So she sits in there via a little T panel. So that's her little resting spot. But, you know, it's just a ton of places to play with characters. All these different splat gears that can be moved. And then this thing back here where you got this big tire engine piece. You push that forward enough and it links in with the splat gears inside. But even cooler than that, when you push it in further, it brings about a light. And if we turn off the lights there and turn off the light in my room, complete darkness.
This isn't your average everyday darkness. This is advanced darkness.
It's a full-on disco party. So that's pretty cool. I need some light. Oh my gosh. Can't see anything. There we go. So yeah, obviously, Johnny Thunder, C-3PO, and R2-D2 are not included.
That's outrageous.
But if you have everybody placed where they are here, you'll be able to close everything up and nobody's going to get in each other's way. You know. I mentioned this little ball over here. The building techniques in this set are crazy, I gotta say. Everything's so asymmetrical, and then when they finally put everything together, it's almost perfectly symmetrical. There's only like one area where it's not, and it's really just incredible that they're able to do what they did with this set. But I mentioned that little Mixel ball. If you didn't know, they fit into 2 clips that are right next to one another perfectly. And that is a legal connection. Nothing has been proven to me yet that it is not legal, and they've been using it like since the 90s, basically, because there's old ball joints that were used like for towing cars and things like that. So that has been used in the past, and it works. It's really cool. When it comes to this section right here, they're using all kinds of new stuff. This crazy new piece, they've got quite a few of those in this set, and I think the ones that you see here, yeah, they're black here. So, and they're using all kinds of snot techniques to get studs on the inside of this area and here, which is just all around like tons of good techniques. But man, like, check this out. When you, oh geez, I just moved the whole thing. There we go. When you've got a cheese slope, hinge bricks, and you got these little tiny slopes on there, it matches up like basically perfectly with this, with the big brick thing, the big brick macaroni, blah, blah, blah. The only place where it doesn't line up nice is right here, and I'm still trying to figure out how you could do this, and I don't think there really is a way to make that nice and smooth, which is the only disappointing thing about this whole set, is that can't be fixed. I don't know how to fix that and make it work. But yeah, like, there's melody up in there. So, I mentioned that there's only a little bit of asymmetricality going on right here and right there. They're only slightly different because this one's built with the studs going up, this one's built with the studs going that way. I guess like one other small thing to mention is that like you can see inside these windows up here, and the line doesn't necessarily match when you're following it. You know, it's going, but like this can't reach out far enough there, and the purple doesn't quite line up with the end of the purple on here. I mean, like that's really negligible in my eye. I feel like that is completely fine. You got a ton of these like little round guys, like the things that were used for the ears on ZB. They're all in here. So, I mean, like, just all the different parts that come in this set and the various colors. The white pieces, most of them are bricks, so I'm okay with that. You get good amounts of the same parts in teal. You also get a number of them that are just kind of fairly new-ish, kind of. I don't know. Is it clear that I don't script these things? Because I don't. I guess one other thing would be that like these windows are open. I'm surprised that there is not anything that goes in there to be purple. But you know, not that big a deal. This is where your light brick is, by the way, if you didn't know. But so I mean, like, really cool, really cool. And I brought out some pieces to talk about one thing that I wasn't 100% sure on, because when I first saw the set, I thought that this purple thing right here, this big windscreen, I thought that was this piece, and it's definitely not. But that made me think that this would be bigger, and it's really not. Like, it's surprisingly not that much bigger than this piece, which is used for the slave ones all the time. But this guy up here, I mean, it's basically as if these two pieces had a baby. So, you know, just kind of mush them together and you get that part. I've never seen it before. So for me, it's new. It may not be new at all. But I don't really remember seeing it anything. But for all I know, it could absolutely have been around for a long time. I would have to check Bricklink and do that sort of like review scan. So let's do just that. And I'm having a bit of an existential crisis because I kind of pride myself on my knowledge of Lego parts, and I'm freaking out. So, like, I see that this has been around since 2015, but it wasn't used for 2 years. And it's like, whatever, that's fine. Don't care. I look up, and I see that the slave one, they're not going to be using the big part like it used to. They're using the smaller one now. And they're probably going to use that forever until they've made a million slave ones and not a single one of them being Jangos again. But I see that in 2017... the Resistance Transport Pod, the thing that I bought that's like absolutely really cool, but like I hate because it's not in the movie for any reasonable amount of time and like has any sort of significance other than just taking Finn and Rose to Canto Bight. I thought that part was the part that they've been using for the slave ones, and the thing that like the big blue ones that I've gotten for the Aqua Raider base, like. Apparently, I've had that part, and I didn't even know it.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
So, yeah, this purple thing, like, apparently I had it in yellow. And it's completely covered in stickers, so I can't use it in anything. But, like, yeah. It's just weird, man. Like, whew. So, we're gonna get back to the review now. So, yeah, man, like, the set, it's pretty cool. And, like, just about once every day for the past 10 days, I've been going at it and opening up all the panels and closing them all back up and, like, doing this every now and then. So, it's packed full of features. I think that if a kid had this, they'd have a ton of fun playing with that. And for all the adults out there, I'm telling you, man, like the teal, the coral, the purple, the azure color, the medium azure color, the magenta, and then just like the quantity of other parts that you get. There's some of those the new parts that I showed earlier. They're coming in black. There's translucent purple. I mean, there's a good amount of fancy colors to also make it worthwhile, especially when the set was, I want to say, $80. I want to say it was $79.99. So it was already a good deal considering that the set is like 1,000... How many parts is that? Yeah, I almost got it. 1,024 parts. I actually thought that, but didn't trust my gut. So, you know. 1,024 parts for $80. I mean, that's already a good deal. And it's been on reduced price down to $55.99. So for $56, you get this. And occasionally, I've seen it actually even cheaper on Amazon. Which, again, that was one of those things. It's like, I just bought this, and now Amazon's saying that I could have gotten it for like even half of what I got it for.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
So, you know, you never know what you're gonna find. Deals are crazy. They show up out of nowhere.
Business. Numbers. Is this working?
Yes.
Yay!
And sometimes you just gotta take advantage of them. I did this for the double points, which is no longer going on for you guys anyway in the future. Different deals are going on now. But this has been MCLegoboy with 70828 Pop-Up Party Bus. See you guys.